We're back with Azim Jamal to talk about the seventh habit of part of corporate Sufi. And this habit is really making the journey the destiny. Azim, talk to us about making the journey the destiny. When we decide to go somewhere, we just want to get there. You're telling us something different.
You know, I read this book by Elif Shafak. His book is called 40 Rules of Love. And she's a Turkish author. And one of the line, and I'm paraphrasing, is very beautiful. She says, east, west, north, south. Does not matter what destiny you're going. The journey is always a journey within. Doesn't matter if you're going east, west, north, south. The journey is always a journey within. How you're processing where you're going determines your ride, right? So I think the issue is if your goals are crystal clear. Okay, you have the vision we talked about earlier about being good to your family, good to your business, and good to the world. If that's your purpose and your vision is whatever it is, and you're aligning your daily activity, your daily goals, the 3 priorities, personal, 3 priorities, business, around that, then doing that is your destiny. Because you're living your life in alignment with what you want. So your life is in congruence. So it's not because you are here, you want to get there. You work hard, you get there. Guess what? When you get there, there becomes here, you want to get there. So you're always getting somewhere. So if you're just waiting for the destiny, you will wait till you're 6 feet underground, waiting, where's my destiny? So if you realize that I want to make my journey my destiny.
Is destiny the same as the end goal or the destination or the end point?
Well, I think if you think about that, you know, if we go back to the example we've used throughout this program about, in your case, the 90-year-old goal being good to your family, good to your business, good to the world, then ask yourself today, what did I do which was good to my family? What did I do that was good to my business? And what did I do which was good to the world? Now here, you know, it's not working in the business or working in the family it's working on the business. So what did I do in my business that I improved the business today to make it better? What did I do in my family that I made something better? So you're always thinking of how I can make something better in how I'm going about doing things. You know, I have a good example of a client and a friend of mine in Seattle. In their office every day at 10 o'clock in the morning, the CEO, the COO, the CFO, all the top C people get out of their room, go to the elevator, come down, walk a block, go to Starbucks, buy a cup of coffee, and come back, 10 minutes. So you say, what's the big deal? They went for coffee. You know what the big deal is? When they're going for coffee, everybody has a list. And they discuss the list when they're walking, and they decide. And then don't interrupt me again for the whole day. Now, imagine your top people are getting all their things sorted out in the 10, 15 minutes that they're going for coffee, and they're not interrupting each other for the whole day. Before, the CEO would phone CFO. CFO say, well, I have to check with the COO. He called the COO, he's in a meeting, so he leaves a message. So many calls, so many interruptions, no decisions being made. So somebody, smart cookie, said, why do we do that? Why can't we do everything in one go and everybody comes with a list? If you don't come with a list, that's your problem. So this is working on the business. Now, if you're working on the business, if your team is working on the business, then you're making things improved. And that allows you then to be able to enjoy the ride because you're more productive in how you do things.
You know, we're talking about the journey really being the essence of why we do things. The fact is that we might say we want to get to a certain destination, to a certain destiny, but the journey is where life happens. How do we handle some of the stumbling blocks, the rocks that might be in the way?
So you have to realize that no struggle, no success. No hurdles, no success. No failures, no success. No obstacles, no success. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the success. It's proven in sports, it's proven in business, it's proven in all work. Even prophets went to struggle. So once you realize it, then you make struggle your friend. When struggles come, you say, this is it's going to make me better. Faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Like a bodybuilder, never going to lift weights and start lifting weight, it's going to be hard. But if they lift weight every day, uses the muscle, goes through pain, then can lift more and more because they're getting stronger. So when life throws difficulties with you, you become stronger, you don't become weaker. The key is to, enjoy the ride, meaning that come good, come bad, come indifferent. Do your best, leave the rest. And when you're enjoying the ride, it's carpe diem. Enjoy every moment. Don't count the moments, make every moment count. And every moment is precious. And you're dying, okay? I was just noticing something, somebody gave this example of, you want $10 million? You'd say, of course I want $10 million. And then he says, do you want $10 million? But if you get this $10 million, you won't wake up tomorrow. Do you want to wake up tomorrow or you want to have $10 million? Which would you choose? So waking up tomorrow is worth 10 million. It's a good example, right? So when you look at perspective of life, being alive and being healthy is priceless.
You have this concept of big rocks. Can you share that with us in more detail?
Okay, so big rocks are very important from the whole thing we've talked about habits. One of the big rocks my colleague Stephen Covey talks about is a big rock. If you take a jar and you put a big rock in, and then you put small rocks and sand and water, they'll all go in. But if you put sand and water and small rocks first, then you put the big rock, it won't go in. So he's using the big rock as most important things. If you look at the most important things, the rest will look after themselves. And then even if they don't look after themselves, the small rocks will fall away, which are not as important. It's a good example. But I also use this big rock in a different analogy by saying that most people, Salim, you are unique. There was nobody like you. There's nobody like you today, and there will never be anybody like you. And so is everybody else. So is Greg, and so is Azim, and so is Sandy. So we're all unique, we're also special, and we're also powerful. Nobody walks like you, nobody talks like you, nobody thinks like you. Og Mandino, my favorite author, says that nobody can do your chisel mark. Nobody can make your brush stroke. Nobody can, copy your handwriting, and nobody can sell like you. So we're unique, we are special, and we are very, very powerful. Okay, so why can't you use your power? Because the rock stopping you, the big rock. But you don't know what the rock is. So you're doing things, you're moving small pebbles, but the rock is still there. Now, some people identify what the rock is, and then they nudge the rock. The big rock will not move by a nudge. It's like very big, you need help to nudge it. So then they can't even live to their potential. So most people don't live to their potential because they haven't identified what's stopping them, and they haven't identified how to get rid of that rock. So knowing this rock can be an important part to then unleash your potential and also then allow you to enjoy the ride.
So what you're saying is that in the journey, you can have something that comes and you're using rock as a symbol of something that's stopping to get you or help you move forward. It could be, give us some examples. It could be what?
I think it's really what I'm saying is sometimes it could be one thing in your life. For example, it could be your relationship with your spouse that is a big issue and it's causing a lot of problems in everything you do. It could be you don't like your work. It could be you're not focusing on your strengths, what you're doing. So once you identify what it is, it's a starting point. And the second point, which is going to be also difficult, is how to remove this rock.
And how when you stumble on the journey, how do you come back bigger, stronger? What do you do to do that?
I look at my goals. When I look at my goals are inspiring, uplifting, energizing. So I don't look at what happened, I look at what do I want. The more you focus on what you want, the more you attract what you want. The more you focus on what you don't want, the more you attract what you don't want. So this happened, but this is what I want. Let me go back. This is a stumble. Stumble is a stepping stone to success. It's not in the way, it's on the way. It's getting you to your destination.
Very interesting. I want to talk about the power of now, the power of the moment. That is something very powerful in your philosophy of the corporate Sufi. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So I'm looking at the clock right now. It's about, say, 1:40 p.m. 1:40 p.m. on January 26, 2022. Guess what? 1:40 p.m. on 26 January 2022 will never come back. This moment will never, ever come back. This is how precious this moment is. See, the past is gone, it's history. The future we don't know, it's a mystery. This is the only certain moment. And if you don't seize the moment, if you don't have carpe diem, then you lost it. But if you seize the moment and make this moment the most precious moment in your life, then yesterday becomes a good dream and tomorrow full of hope and confidence. Tomorrow the worst, for I live today. Today is the day that counts. I don't worry about tomorrow.
Azim, can you summarize for us what we have learned with you?
So the secret of life, the secret of all the secrets of life, is to realize that the moment is the only moment you have. That the journey is the destiny. It's not what you make, it's what you become. You know, they say fake it till you make it. No. Fake it till you become it. So every day you're living a life of growing, becoming better and better every day in every way, enjoying the ride, savoring the moment. You know this moment, if your life is going to end, you would give everything to have more life. So you have it. So make the most of it. But yes, work towards making your family better. Work towards making your business better. Work towards making the world better. And all these things play a part. Somebody asked me, Azim, what would be your 90-year kind of statement? So I would like to say to my creator that I never missed a chance to give something. I never missed a chance to give something. Even if I can't give anything physical, I give spiritual, I give a prayer, I give forgiveness, I give love. But I don't want to miss any chance to give something. I was talking to somebody yesterday and I asked him the same question and he said something. I would like to say I was a force for good. And you said what you said. So if you look at all these things, they give us a flavor of what that could look like, which guides us. And as long as we're doing something aligned to that, there is absolutely no reason why we shouldn't enjoy the ride.
Azim Jamal, thank you very much. It was a pleasure engaging with you and learning about the 7 habits that are coming out of the corporate Sufi world.
We plan to use them as an online program where we'll have a workbook where people work through the exercises, and every end of the week we'll take one habit and ask them what worked well in their journey and what they can do better and how they can overcome their obstacles and struggles. So by doing this for 7 weeks, they will have these new habits almost like breathing.
Thank you very much, and we invite everyone to join us for that. Thank you, Azim.
So I hope you benefited from the 7 habits we've talked about with Salim and myself. And they are life-changing habits. And if you implement in your life, it can be a huge benefit for you. It's been a huge benefit for me. They're not easy to make it as natural as breathing and become a master at it. And that's why we're offering this program to help you implement in such a way that you become a master at them so they can be lifelong habits for you, which can be transformational in your life. So thank you for being here. And we're looking forward to our workshops and weekly exercises with you.